GM, GM, we're live. The playoffs start tomorrow. We finally made it. Hope everyone's having a wonderful morning. Apologies, I was having some technical issues here. I wanted to get FFPC up and running so we can do some of that. And I don't know, I was having some weird problems with my browser, but I think we are good. I think we're going to be able to do both. And I hope, let's see what we can do. Gunnar Ross, GM to you. Good morning. Hope you're having a great one. Likewise, Joel, good morning to you. Arlox, GM fellows, GM to you, Arlox, and Thomas Awad. I think I'll start with a mitten or two, and then we can check out the FFPC streets. I will admit this is my first year ever doing that. I'll probably get 3 teams, so this is going to be not very high volume. I'm just going to do the $35 contest. Ship chasing has some awesome stuff for the higher dollar contest and just some like really good analysis there. Same with Davis Maddock. I know there's a little more in the $200 streets, but we'll do a couple 35s. We'll try to build some teams, see what we can see. In the meantime, let's join a Mitten 3. Now the waiting for 3. Waiting for 3. The FUD out there was like, oh, we're not going to fill this. I think we are. We're at 44%. I would be stunned if by kickoff tomorrow this isn't full. I think we're going to get very close to filling this tonight. So I do think there will not be overlay. That said, there could be some overlay chasers autoing late. So I would try to get my drafts in early, because there's nothing worse in playoff best ball than being in a room full of auto drafters. GM to you, Captain James. Hope you're having a good one. I don't see anyone I recognize in here, but if you are, let me know. Jake Vinegar, good morning to you. Hope you're having a great one. Greg, GM, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Greg. Happy Friday to you. Artillery Frost, GM, good morning. Artillery Frost, and you too, Stephen WC, good morning. Underdog drafters will fill any $5 contest in a flash, especially if, yes. The only other thing in the lobby is the $500 bigger mitten, or what do they call it? I don't know what they call it, but it's $500, 3 max, not that big, 216 entrants. I'm sure this will fill post haste as well. But this one, if you do enter this, it's a little different. 2 of 6 advance, then 2 of 6, but you don't get anything for advancing out of your first pod. You actually have to advance out of your first 2 rooms. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I think if you're really deep in these streets, it's actually a good format, but I'm just not quite there. Not quite there with the roll to justify the $500 a pop. But what we are going to do is we're going to take JSN. We got a lot of CMC shares in our other contests, and the vibe is in shambles over there in San Francisco. So let's try something different. Let's grab a little JSN, see what we can see. I've been hoping for another little mitten. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get it, but we'll see. We'll see. I also feel like it depends a little on what DK is doing, because sometimes I think Underdog runs contests to undercut DraftKings. So if there's a little snap there, maybe we get it. But I think they're going to try to just have us fill the mitten 3 before anything. Uh-oh, and an underflow with a fake chat. There's a few. Be careful. Hey, Crutches, GM to you. Hope you're having a great morning out there. And Blitzology, GM. Good morning, Blitzology. Greg thinks we cooked Mr. Arlox. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. All right, let's see. Kyron is number 1 on the board. I don't know that I disagree. I mean, I could see going Etienne and playing it through the Jags on the AFC side, but let's grab Kyron. We'll listen to the machine, see what we can see here. Gunnar Ross says 73 in, but I'm maxing the Wildcat. The payout structure is nice. Yeah, I like the dailies this week. The slate is pretty good. All right, so Stafford, then Hurts goes. The machine wants me to take Steph Diggs, which I think makes a certain amount of sense. So we've got JSN, Kyron, and Diggs. Obviously, we're going to need to figure out what we're going to do at quarterback. If we play it through Darnold, we'll need another AFC quarterback. It won't be Diggs, so we have to start thinking about other potential AFC options here. Surprised to see the machine pushing up Harvey, but because I feel like it seldom is recommending the bye week teams, and we're in a position where we already have one bye week player. One thing to note, quarterback might get weird because we have the Allen drafter went AJ Brown and Hurts. This can create some problems with quarterbacks, so just try to be aware of your room. Brady Gaga hoovering up all of the Pats stuff. Machine still recommending RJ Harvey. All right, let's do it. Let's take RJ Harvey. See how we're gonna wiggle out of this one. I mean, I wouldn't mind if it was building a Seattle Broncos Super Bowl, and then just, you have 5 players to advance with your life. Now we see Stafford go to the T-Law drafter, so quarterback is going to be really, really problematic for us. Josh Jacobs goes. I don't think I need to take Nix now. I only want one of Nix or Darnold. I really think I need Swift. Okay, Swift just went. Ugh. I think I have to take Woody Marks just to get some live bodies here. I think he's more live to score points than Corum if we're just trying to escape week 1. Unfortunate. What's your take? Oh, I don't think you need to max contests myself. I think sometimes that can lead you to just making a whole bunch of minus EV teams and burning yourself out for the sake of seeing a round number on your screen. Like, I got 147 Mitten 2s in, and I could have just jammed the last 3 if I really wanted, but it also gives me something to tilt about. Hey, Adrian, TMTU, appreciate you. Yeah, guy won 2 mil on 57 entries. Leave some in the clip, famously, as they say. Gunnar did 7 limbs and got second, and I was at week 6 with 150. Yeah, exactly. All right, we are going to take Bo Nix here. I don't think I want to lose that. You know what? Actually, I'm going to take Burden because I really need the week 1 points. And if I end up having to make this a Darnold team, I'm okay with that. So let's grab Burden. Hey, Hartman GMTU, appreciate you. Yeah, Gunnar Ross, second in the Elim on 7 entries. Dear God. Maybe 57 entries. If he did 58, does he win? I don't know. I don't think so. I think you get the whole butterfly effect. The whole tournament shakes out differently. All right, so we did take Bo Nix there. So we got Nix, Kyron, Harvey, Marks, JSN, Steph Diggs, Luther, Burden. We're going to need another week 1 quarterback. Mancini here is not really worried about much of anything. They're just vibing drafting players here. They're like, I don't care if I have a Super Bowl. Maybe they're planning to take Stroud. I have no idea. But we'll see. Not really our problem either. There goes Caleb, which is our problem. Anytime you can just unstack Caleb there, you simply have to do it for Brady Gaga. Dear God. Artillery Frost did 10 limbs, but I slapped too hard and was fully eliminated by the end of week 2. The old back-weighted production. It'll get you. It'll get you. Artillery Frost, in Risk of Rain 2, a 57-leaf clover means you roll all of your RNG twice. That is so oddly specific. I love it. All right, I think I'm going to get a quarterback eventually. You know what? All right, I think I know how I want to land the plane. We're going to take DK Metcalf. M. Stockton, GM, big board season is over. When it drops, my nipples are going to be quite perky. Yeah, I mean, all of us are going to be pretty excited about that, Mr. Stockton. Yeah, love the big board. Fake Chad is a menace. Fake Chad is an absolute menace out there. We're going to take Pat Bryant here. Don't worry, machine. We have a plan. We have a plan for landing this craft. So I believe now we have a complete Seattle Broncos Super Bowl. We got JSN, Harvey, Nix, Pat Bryant. Right? Did I not? Did I come up short? Did I mess this up? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no. I did mess up, guys. The whole point of this exercise was to get and I miscounted, huh? I thought I had 2 Seahawks and I don't have 2 Seahawks. Welcome to the team, Aaron Rodgers. Dear God. All right, well, this is bad, guys. This is bad. We messed up. I don't even think I have a Super Bowl. Oh, I did the thing. Right? I only have 3. I don't have 2 NFC teams. We're joining another. We're memory holing this team. Dear God, it's not even an advance rate team. That was the worst thing ever. Swoops. Yeah. I can't wait for the big board. It's gonna hit so hard. Yeah. No, because Chad Matchkey is actually the real Chad. So I would give him those honors. Chad G20 is actually a nice guy. So I think it's tough. If there's anyone else, then we can start to debate. First one of the day. There's always one. Dear God. Yeah. Of course Kevin saw. Oh, nightmare. Warm up. Candles is the only true chat. Oh God. Well, if I'm giving money to the community like that, then maybe I'll become more popular. That was unfortunate. I don't know why I thought I had two Seahawks already. So that was my bad. All right, I am going to try to do timestamps here. Let's see. The first draft was the worst mitten yet, and we started the next one at about 12 minutes. All right, mitten 2, hopefully better. All right, sweet. There we go. All right, so do we redeem ourselves? Do we try to do another JSN team? Or do we, you know what? Let's make this our full redemption arc. Let's try to take JSN here and see what we can do. This time though, we've got Mr. Binniger in here, so we've got a friend of the show to keep us in line. The guy I'm drafting is the Chad 1, all caps, history's greatest monster. I don't know if I'm familiar with that one. But yeah, he sounds like he's trying hard in all caps. Do our names show up in all caps in Underdog? Yes, they do, no matter what you do. But I'm gonna blame him. I'm gonna assume he's in all caps anyway. All right, so Alan Cook happens. So this room's already getting some nice stuff. It wants me to take Kyron again. It's all happening again. You know what? I think that's where we foundered. Let's take my guy. Let's IKB the machine. We're gonna take Etienne. I know how to build Jaguars teams. I think. Oh God. All right, so the Puka drafter gets Stafford, but not Kyron. And what do we do here? We got JSN, Etienne. It wants me to take Steph Diggs. I don't know if I want to do that. What are my other options? What are my non-machine options here? I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna try again. We're gonna try again. We're going to get this Denver-Seattle team off the ground, but we are going to actually make a coherent Super Bowl. So this time it's gonna work. Real 2-1 seed Super Bowl has never been tried yet. Adrian's asked T-Law. In the ideal world, yes, but we'll see. We'll see what the room gives to us. The fact that there's 3 QBs drafted here and nobody's going 2 QB like in that other room of maniacs has me a little optimistic we can do it, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, there goes Ramondre. So we have someone who's really in their lane. Oh, it's JT Vinegar. Okay. All right, so do we want to go Sutton or Myers? Let's risk it all. Let's take Sutton here and hope that we can figure out some late wide receivers. All right, so let's keep track. We have 3 Denver and Seattle's. Unfortunately, Jacoby T-Law goes to the clown in the 1 hole. They're just putting on their clown makeup and drafting best ball teams. Dear God. I don't know who this legendary candles guy is. It's not me. It's not me because everything I want turns to dust in front of my eyes. We're going to take DeAndre Swift over Ken Walker because I'm not going to survive round 1 at this rate. So we'll hope Etienne and Swift get us there. But that was a little unfortunate not getting Myers or T-Law. All right. Now Etienne just is it turns fairly advanced ready on me, but that's okay. That's okay. The other good thing about going Seattle is as long as you get Darnold, you do have Shaheed and Kupp are basically free. You'll occasionally get somebody snap off Shaheed late, but even that's not super common. And you can pretty much always reliably get Kupp if you want them. And then if you're doing the Denver side, you can usually get one of Franklin or Bryant as well. Also, it depends how aggressive the Bo Nix drafter gets in that instance, though. So let's see what the room is willing to hand us here. All right, so Parker Washington goes. Would have been a nice, kind of a nicer advance rate piece. I think I want Luther Burden, though. Again, I need to get out of week 1 alive. Christian Watson is not bad, too. If all I care about is getting out of week 1 with those 5 bye week pieces, then I can afford to lose one of them, but I do have Swift and the Bears. All right, let's see. At least one Miami football team. Yeah, go Canes. Gosh darn it. The clown in the 1 hole then takes Charbonnet. I hate you. That was... I should have just taken Charbonnet. This stinks, guys. We simply can't have anything nice because someone named Fantasy Blue Chip has to ruin everything fun. So it's truly over. All right, let's just grab Caleb here. Let's grab Caleb. The fun has ended. Charbonnet, I mean, maybe I should have taken Charbonnet instead of Burden. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise, though, because at least this way I can build out some Chicago stuff, but that was not what we needed. I was saying this the other day, JSN teams don't work out for me. I feel like when they work out, they feel pretty awesome. It's just either they're not working out for me or or I'm doing it wrong, which is very live. It's very live to be it. Mitten 2 here. I'm gonna update the timestamp to not much better, but slightly. Okay. Could you imagine if this was a $500 draft? Oof. Yeah, Fantasy Blue Chip in the $500 draft streets. What are you gonna do? The worst part is it honestly may not even be that bad. It looks like their team actually seems pretty good, but I will not be giving them credit for that. All right, Mr. Vinegar takes Metcalf there. Let's see. Nix and Darnold are still floating around, which is somewhat interesting. I am deciding if I want one of them, how I want to land the plane. I think I'm gonna grab Nix here. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces here. in this game. So I'm going to need one more if I actually want to make that a coherent Super Bowl. It's a little less important because I do have Chicago, so I could just say I have a Denver-Chicago Super Bowl rather than this specific Denver-Seattle Super Bowl. But that said, then the Seattle stuff is just kind of weird. I guess I didn't really have Seattle stuff. I just have JSN. Oh, well. Such is life. Such is life. All right, do we want Odunze or Loveland? That is the question here. I think I kind of like Odunze coming back from injury. People are a little less high on that. So now we have Caleb, Swift, Burden, and Odunze. Then you get to the immortal question. How do you end it? You take Loveland, Moore, or Manungai. My other option I was considering, or am considering, is taking Pat Bryant here. And then I have, and then I do ultimately get that Super Bowl with Denver. And I'll have 4 Broncos, and then you could have Denver playing Jacksonville, or excuse me, playing Seattle or Chicago. Why draft 500 when you can draft 100 mittens? Yeah, you could do this 100 times. Will both Seattle and Denver go one and done? They absolutely could, and I think that's how I have it in the bracket I made. But being I'm probably going to get at least, I think I have almost 50 of these down, and I'll be running them throughout the day. I will play. I'm trying to get some Denver, Seattle Super Bowl teams, because it's certainly possible. It's also the thing is you could be right about that Super Bowl and this team just like doesn't make it there, which is the really tough part. All right, Manungai or Loveland? Let's do Loveland here. All right, so there you have it. Caleb, Nix, Etienne, Harvey, Swift, JSN, Sutton, Luther Burden, Romo Dunze, and or Colston Loveland. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right. Let's see. Sorry, I am on the FFPC page on the other site, and I'm so not used to it that I wanted to have this all queued up and ready before. Okay, here we go. All right. Oh, I'm not signed in. All right. All right, let's do it. FFPC. We're going to try to make a team. I've been thinking about how this would go. FFPC Team 1. And yeah, let's build a team. Let's build a team. All right. Assuming this works. I didn't make a team name. All right. We'll call it. We'll call it. Oh my God, I hit the wrong button. Why would this happen? Oh, nightmare. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I can't believe I just did that. Yeah, I gotta name it jump scare. Apparently there's a hotkey on my keyboard that's the like scare the stream button. All right, we'll call it the Stream Team 1. No co-manager. All right, let's see. Go Easy Cards is my favorite. Unfortunately, I already hit confirm. I actually hit it twice, and knowing this website now, I have 2 teams. Dear God. All right, here we go. Why? Okay. Why does it bring me to this weird page? All right, here we go. Stream Team 1. Let's do it. Gotta name it. Chat cancels for the clout. Oh yeah. All right, I'll have to rename this one because yeah, no one wants to see yeah, if this team wins and no one knows it's me, did I even win anything? Candology. It could be. You can edit the name later. Okay, I will edit the name later. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? I have thought about this. Like, do you start from the top or the bottom? Do you pick a Super Bowl? I feel like you kind of pick a Super Bowl and then pick who you think is the optimal players on each side of the Super Bowl. Let's pull up the bracket we made yesterday. And if we want to make this our Super Bowl, if we want to go with this as the template, this is not the bracket we made yesterday. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. Then if we start with the Jags and the Rams, then I think we would be doing a T-Law team and then T-Law Puka, right? I think that makes the most sense. I don't really love Kyron. I think it's a little fragile, and I think it's galaxy brain to go other than T-Law or other than Puka. I think if I was making a ton of these, I would consider doing some Devontae Adams. But I'm going to stick with Puka as our way we're playing the Rams. Yeah, start with Super Bowl, then teams who play multiple games and won and done last. Makes sense. Yeah, T-Law time, 100%. We will not be getting much Tootin in this format. And I think I'm only doing 3 teams. So that is why. All right, now fanning out. Now we have the I really have the Steelers here. The Steelers and the Eagles. The Steelers and the Eagles. So this is a little interesting because I think there are those who say if the Steelers lose, then you want Gainwell because he's more pass catchy. I'm on the wrong tab. Sorry. Because he's more like pass catchy. He seems to project better in worse game scripts. I think he's going to be fine in wins as well. Warren also showed up with a Q tag. I think it's just an illness, so I have to imagine he's playing. I think they're going to be owned somewhat similarly. I do think boomers are going to prefer Warren, but I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know what happened with Blitzology. Warren in multiple games, but I think either running back here, yeah, and could also do sneaky Muth without Washington. Yeah, this format also requires a tight end. I guess let me just back up for those who are unfamiliar with FFPC. This is my second ever draft, so I'm not super familiar. But what you're doing is you're drafting one player at each of these positions: a quarterback, 2 running back, 2 receivers, 4 flex, a tight end, a kicker, and a defense. And you're going to pick 12 players. There's 14 teams in the playoffs, so you're going to have 2 teams where you have nobody. You can only use 1 player per team, and that's the way she goes. So obviously, if one of the 2 teams you have 0 players on makes the Super Bowl, you're going to return $0. So most people are going to fade the Carolina Panthers and then figure out where to go from there. Joel asking, FFPC is tight end premium? That's a great question. Is it? I don't know. See, this is why we're learning this together. We're learning this together. Double points for the Super Bowl. Yeah, so you do want, the Super Bowl is the most important. Yes, it's tight end premium. It is tight end premium. People forget. See, this is why we're doing this exercise. All right, so let's keep on going. I'm going to plug in Gainwell for now, but this could change. Our other team we have in the conference championship game are the Eagles. This is a tough one. Is it Saquon or is it AJ Brown, or is it Dallas Goedert? My hunch is Goddard is going to be somewhat less owned. I feel like I like Goddard a little more when the Eagles only play 1 or 2 games, because he's capable of that like random, I got 2 pop pass touchdowns spikes. I don't know if that's going to be sustainable over 3 like games that we're projecting here, but I'm certainly, at the very least, Goddard curious in this format. So I think that's our first decision point, is what Eagle we want to plug in, and everything can be changed. Everything can definitely be changed up. I think I've talked myself into Goddard, so let's plug in Goddard for now. And now we're fanning back out. We have the Steelers. We have, okay, so, all right, hold on. Oh no, the jump scare's back. I did it again. Oh God, this is not good, people. I did it again. I'm sorry. The for those of you who have not streamed before, the stop sharing and the switch to this tab button are right next to each other, and I clicked the wrong one. Okay. So we will have the Eagles will play the Rams. They play the Bears, and they play the Niners. I don't know Go AZ cards. That doesn't help me. That's not really helping me at all. But yeah, so I have the Steelers running through, the Texans, the Broncos, and then the losing to the Jags there. So let's plug in Goddard. Yeah. I think another interesting making fun of you in Slappy Central. Thanks, Kevin. I'm glad to hear someone's having fun. I'm glad that someone's having fun. All right. Share this tab instead. Let's go back here. We need a Patriot. Looks like a Philly pass catcher to me. Yeah, I mean, it definitely could be AJ Brown. And I feel like tight end could be where we stuff, you know, a Lovelandy, a Gadsden kind of player. I'm definitely seeing the vision on Firemouth with Washington out. I think that is kind of fun, but it's so variable with him, and I just don't know if I see enough upside, because Jonnu is still a little bit annoying there. All right. I think for the Patriots, if you don't have a Drake May team, which we do not, I think it's going to be Travion. Everyone in the world is on this Ramondre kick. I don't know. I like the explosive upside you get there with Travion. And I think you're going to get a little bit of an ownership discount on him versus where you would have last week. Everyone just saw Ramondre literally have a career game. I think, we have the Pats, winning a game, then losing to the Jags in this universe. So I don't know. I like Travion there to get a little different. I'd also be sympathetic to Hunter Henry. I don't think that would be the worst idea there. So we'll start with Travion, but I'm certainly open to moving that. You've already got 4 lower, extremely low owned pieces, so you can definitely chalk it up. Yeah, and I was going to say the next team I was going to look at were the Seahawks, and I would chalk it up here. I would just take JSN. I don't think we'd have to get cute there. With our Bears, we have the Bears winning 2 games. The Bears are a little tough. I think Loveland is going to be popular, but right now we have Dallas Goedert in there. Luther Burden's interesting. Not really sure how I want to play the Bears. I think Swift is fine. I might just plug Swift in initially. I think they're going to want to run the ball a lot in this first game. Could double tight end with Loveland. That's true, and people forget it's tight end premium. So maybe we'll try that, Crutches. Let's see how that looks. I am curious. So we'll get Loveland as one of our flexes. I personally feel like we're overdoing Luther Burden a little bit, especially with Odunze coming back. So I don't know. Go Easy Cards with Positronic Lane has several layers shielding me to protect from power surges. Candles will survive. Yeah, we're also in light mode here, so I hope everyone's already well awake today. Okay, all right, back to the bracket. We need a Bronco. We have them teleporting in, facing the Steelers, losing to the Steelers in another weird spot. It's like, do we take Sutton? Do we take Sutton or Harvey? I think I'd be inclined to just grab Sutton. The running backs in Denver are really annoying. We have them losing the game. So I'm going to plug Sutton in. We'll look at changing that if we want. We still have 2 flexes left. Have we done our entire divisional round? Right? Yeah. So if you do this, you are going to have 4 teams you think are going to lose. You're going to have 4 losing players, right? So if we start, the playoffs start with 14 teams, you're picking 12. You're going to end up where 4 of the players you pick are out week 1. So these are all players who are going to be in a loss. No, I knew once you said Positronic, I was with you there. Go Easy Cards. I'm just trying to figure. I keep sharing the wrong tabs. I'm struggling. I can't insert Star Trek into this too. Okay, so the next question is, who are we fading? Because now we are in the teams that are losing in round 1, and there's 6 of them, and we're going to take 4. So we have the Packers losing, the Niners losing, the Panthers losing, the Texans losing, the Bills losing, and the Chargers losing. I agree with Crutches. I think CMC in a loss makes sense. And in this case, in the world where CMC wins, we're only losing Dallas Goedert, which is not the end of the world. I am more than okay just plugging CMC in and moving on with my life. So now we have 3 losing teams. The Chargers, the one player I'm really interested in, if Hampton sits, I really think I like Vidal because I don't think people are going to want to play him. And he's likely to have the entire backfield to himself. I think even in a loss, Vidal could end up doing fairly well. Now you could say, oh, this game script are going to be throwing more, but I think Vidal's going to get just so much work that I like the volume. And the pass catchers are so spread out, I'd avoid that. I don't think we know that quite yet, but that's where I am. Go Easy Card says Jennings will be San Francisco optimal. It could definitely be. People are going to play a lot of Kittle. I don't think people are going to get to Jennings. All right. So I'm also okay if we swap the... Oh, no. That's not what I meant to do. Hold on. If we swap the Packers in, I mean, is it just Josh Jacobs? Is it Watson? Christian Watson, I think, is the trendy pick. Josh Jacobs is the, pick with your head. Watson's pick with your heart. The Josh Jacobs usage has been pretty scary, but he says his knee feels good. And so there is a world where they're just saving him for the playoffs. I don't love Josh Jacobs, but the Packers also can just spread the ball out a lot. I'm going to grab Jacobs here on this team. Again, as we were talking, or as Crutches noted, we did get a little unorthodox with some of these picks, so we can afford to get kind of chalky here. And now we got a place kicker and a defense. So we're now in a position where we have faded Buffalo entirely, which I think is okay, because we have T-Law in the Super Bowl. If Buffalo wins, we're dead. I don't think picking Cook makes sense. I think that's trying to middle it. I think if we lose a quarterback, even if Cook goes nuke, losing your quarterback week 1, I think we're dead. So I think we have to just hard fade Buffalo. People are going to be scared to do this. I think just this bracket, we'll do one more team. We won't hard fade Buffalo there. But I think if we've got a Jag Super Bowl, that makes sense. So as far as kickers go, to me, it's Fairbairn. Houston's offense is not great, but I think Fairbairn led the league in kicking this year. They're not afraid to kick. They're trying to just get in field goal range and rely on their defense. You could argue you want the defense, but I think Gainwell could play well in a loss. And even if Houston wins 2 games, Fairbairn could be one of their highest scorers. So I don't know. I don't mind Fairbairn here. And then the last question is what defense? We got the Chargers, we got Buffalo, and we got Carolina. This is tough. I do agree with Crutches that you could swap that to Dicker, the kicker, into Houston defense, which I think is going to be a very chalky tail end of the team, but I don't know that it's wrong either. We have gotten very different in this. I'm willing to just go Chargers here. I think I like how I have Houston kicker. If the Chargers somehow win, then I'm just losing a running back who again could do well enough in a loss. This makes me a little nervous. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should just do the chalky Dicker, the kicker, and Houston defense. Sometimes there's chalk is a chalk for a reason, and it does make sense. In this way, if I'm wrong, if Houston does go on a run, then I do have the piece that probably is their best piece, and the reason they're on a run. If they lose, then I'm just out the defense there. I don't know. I really like Fairbairn though. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do Fairbairn and the Chargers. I think it'll be kind of unique. Defense can be really random. Crutcher says Gainwell alone is unique. Plus you have T-Law, Hendo, double tight end. Yeah. Hopping in to say GM smash the like and hey, appreciate you so much, Purple Yosh. Yeah, if you can like and sub, that would be awesome. LADST is fine too. I think. Yeah, it's gonna be so different. I think it's gonna be very. Again, this team probably doesn't need to get much more unique than it was, but I don't know. I just like Fairbairn here as my kicker, just slightly more. Double tight end and Buffalo fade makes it unique enough. Yes, I agree. All right, that was cool. Let's do another one. Hopefully it goes slightly better. All right, let's do one more. I'm open to suggestions, how people want to do these as well. Chad Candle's best team. All right, we'll come up with a better name. Let's make a new team just for the people here. Copy, paste, laid. Is it always optimal for the Q? I would say no. I would say it depends on your team. Like hold on. Sorry. Let me just open this up. I think it's so team dependent, and for me, there's more AFC teams that I think you need the quarterback than NFC teams. Like the Bills. Like, I think you want Allen. I think you want May. I think you want T-Law. I think you want Knicks. Those definitely. I mean, if it's the Steelers, I don't think you want Rodgers. If it's the Chargers, I think it's a little bit of a question if you want Herbert. Whereas in the NFC, The only one where I feel like it's really got to be the quarterback is Hurts. We definitely could see Puka or Adams get there for the Rams. I think we could see JSN for the Seahawks over Darnold. I think we could see CMC over Purdy. So for me, it's definitely team dependent, but it's funny. It's much more like AFC. If I have the quarterback, it's more important for the AFC unless it's Hurts. Kind of where I'm at. Dupes don't see common unless you go full chalk. Yeah, but there are people that are going to go full chalk for sure. Next lineup start with 2 hard fades and a kicker. Oh gosh, same path or different. We'll switch it up. Dolphins win it all. Dolphins. GM Lutz. The Dolphins would not win the college football play. Okay, that's not true. They would, but still. GM Lutz. Hey, GM. Yes, new bracket. Last year, Jaden Daniels was optimal. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a little crazy, but it makes sense. He went wild at the beginning. I was thinking about it last night. I think Stroud is my dark horse. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. For example, I have a Houston Rams Super Bowl with May playing 3 games and losing an AFC Championship game. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense there. Because I would think May in 3 games is definitely live to outscore Stroud in 4. Seattle versus Denver. Buffalo beats Jags. Oh, man. All right, we'll make a new bracket. You want the highest scoring piece in the Super Bowl, which is usually quarterback, but not always, says MacNova. Yes, that makes a ton of sense. All right. Let's go back to the bracket. Let me see if I can clear the bracket. All right. We got a brand new bracket. Do we want Buffalo this time? Is that the linchpin, or do we want the Jags but then do not hard fade Buffalo? Like, I'm almost thinking we just have Cook and Etienne and we just do that bit where we have, it doesn't matter who we have winning because we're going to have the Pats beating them. I'll put the Steelers in. It doesn't matter who we have. And then maybe we'll say the Broncos win. What site is this with the bracket? Here, I'll put it in the chat so you guys can mess with yours. It's the Playtronics bracket. That's the site. Purple Yosh. I just dropped it in the chat. Houston wins this time. Okay, yeah, I can have Houston win this time. What would Liam do? I'm trying to have them win the Galactic Bowl, but this bracket doesn't have that in there, unfortunately. Yeah, we'll have Houston win. I don't know if my bit has destroyed my bracket. Okay, I don't want Houston. So if we have the Pats in the Super Bowl, then this becomes a Drake May team, which I'm okay with. If we want to build a Drake May team, the other team I built on my own time was a Eagles team. So let's have the Eagles win, the Rams win. You know, let's have the Packers win. Let's have the Packers on a little run. Let's do it like this. Let's do this bracket. So we've got Rams, Pats, Super Bowl with the Packers and the Broncos in the conference championship game. We got the Bills and the Texans in the divisional round, along with the Seahawks and Eagles. Before I go on, I'll let you all, if you have any comments or think we should change it, let me know. Give me a second. What is your most underdog drafted Super Bowl matchup? Do that. I don't have the fun spreadsheet that tells me what that is. Off the rip, it's probably the Packers versus somebody, because I'm the sidekick keeps making me take Packers. But yeah, I probably have I have a lot of Ram stuff, and I think that's who I think is going to make it from the NFC side. But I don't know. It's so open. It's so open. I mean, you look at this bracket and, you know, other than the Panthers, you could see any of those teams making it to the conference finals, I think. And then from there, who knows? All right. Well, this is going to be the bracket because I didn't get any more feedback. Are we going to fade? I'm just thinking about who we're going to fade in this particular bracket. Again, I don't hate like Tet McMillan or Coker as like a low-owned advanced piece and gives you some leverage on the off chance, the very off chance that the Panthers win. I mean, it's not like they have a 0% chance of winning. That said, I would never fade the Rams. I don't think that's good. Copy paste said fade Pittsburgh and so I'm fading the same team twice. They're just like Pittsburgh and the Steelers. Yeah, I figured you meant the Panthers. Houston wins. Who's even optimal? Got to be Stroud, right? I didn't even want to say Woody Marks, but it could end up being Woody Marks, which is a nightmare. I don't even know if Woody Marks would outscore like CMC in one game, like making the Super Bowl. I honestly don't know if Stroud would be optimal. He really might not be. It could be Nico. I would probably say Nico Collins in that world would be the only one I would be interested in. Who's your, you asked that, sorry. A Watson team. Yeah, Watson sounds good. Watson, AJ Brown. Okay, I like that. Houston defense optimal in Super Bowl. I just don't think the defense is scoring enough points. You know, it could be Dalton Schultz, tight end premium. People forget. All right, let's share this tab instead. Go back to quarterback. Where is... Oh, I scrolled down. All right, Drake May. Drake May, welcome aboard. We got Drake May. Let's just go back to the Puka well. I'm not doing enough teams to get really cute here. I think if you were doing this and you wanted to do Devontae Adams and tell yourself that he has the nose, he's scoring the touchdowns, Puka just, is a yardage merchant, but doesn't get there. I wouldn't like yell at you. I think that would be fine. So let's do that. Moving back, then we have Green Bay and the Broncos. So let's do Watson. I just don't know if it's Watson or Jacobs, folks. That's my question. But let's do Watson. I think that makes enough sense. And then on the Broncos side, I think you could get creative here. I think you could do Harvey. The pass catchers are so wonky, but we'll just line up Sutton as the guy. I'm open to changing that, though. Sutton, I think, is fine. I said we would do this. We're going to middle it. We're going to do Cook, Etienne. This is going to be popular. I think this is fine if you have the Bills moving on. I don't love it if you have the Bills winning at all, because to me, it is hard to imagine that he doesn't ultimately get surpassed as the piece you need. But I think it's fine. If you really want to get cute with the Bills, you could do Kincaid being tight end premium. It's just, his health is always such an issue. They do work in Knox and Hawes. But, if you're looking for levers to pull to get really different, I wouldn't fault people for trying that. Going back to this game, this Niners-Eagles game, let's do AJ Brown and CMC, because we do have the Eagles making it to this divisional round. I think that is perfectly fine there as well. Looking at what we need the Texans. So what did we decide? Do we want to do Schultz? Go Easy Cards likes the Schultz call. Game tight, GMTU, Broncos going for sure. Who would you like for the Broncos other than Knicks? That's been my conundrum with them. Harvey and Strange. Strange I just don't feel like gets the volume you need. That's my issue. I don't know. I'm kind of into this Schultz into this Schultz play. I think he's a little different way to play Houston than a lot of people will get there. Game Tight says Harvey over Sutton. Copy pasted. The idea with this contest, if your QB dies in the first game, your team is probably dead. I think so. I'll say two things. One, I haven't done this before, so don't just blindly copy these. Because if you want to dupe me, I don't really care. But just know you're duping someone who literally this is the third one I've ever done. So I would encourage you to make your own teams. But yeah, I think my instincts tell me if your QB dies, you die with it in week 1, which is why the last one we did the hard fade of Buffalo, because what's the point of carrying on to me if I lose my quarterback? You're going to tell me that T-Law is the optimal quarterback in one game? It's not going to happen. So, we're trying to win. We're not playing these to min cash. This is a super top heavy tournament. Okay. So you had said Harvey there. We'll keep it as Sutton, but again, I'm flexible on that. All right, let's see. Going back to the bracket, I'm okay hard fading the Chargers for the same reason we hard faded Buffalo. If Drake May loses, we're dead. Who on the Chargers do we really love to be, hitting lineups that we need? I would rather take a Steeler than fade the Steelers. I think in this world, I'm okay fading them and then fading the Panthers. Opinions may vary. You are going to be picking 4 players, no matter what, who lose round 1. So, if you can identify those players that score well in a loss, you can take your Ted McMillans, your Cokers, your Dowdles, if you think they're going to score well when they lose, which I am sympathetic to. You're taking 4 losers, no matter what you do. And we've seen the Rams give up points. So that is why I'm definitely open to taking some of those Panther pieces that are much maligned. You just kind of know you are picking one of your loser teams versus a team that has some dream of really moving on. I think JSN, we just pencil him in there. And now we're down to kicker and defense, which leaves us with what 4 teams haven't we used? Pittsburgh, Chicago, the Chargers, and Carolina. So this I think to me just brings me to Boswell and Chicago. I don't necessarily then love... No, I think that's fine. I don't think there's a reason to go Dicker the kicker again, because I know I'm basically saying I'm going to lose my my Charger piece. So let's do Chicago D and Boswell. So there we go. We say this is an ugly game. Boswell led the league in field goals 2 years ago. It was Fairbairn this year. So there we go. There we go. This is the team. Drake May, Cook, Etienne, Puka, Watson, CMC, AJ Brown, JSN, Sutton, could easily be Harvey, Schultz, Boswell, and Bears defense. I think you could also go Loveland in Texans D. I think I might prefer that. I think I like this better. This is a pretty darn chalky team, though. This is a very chalky team. So, I don't know. Maybe Harvey instead of Sutton is better, but this is a team that absolutely could be duped. So maybe this is even too chalky here. How are we feeling about Stafford? 1 touchdown to Parkinson. Hey, I don't mind copy paste lane. I don't mind Stafford at all because he's being underdrafted. I think we're all just assuming he gets outscored by a receiver, but I don't mind that. He's definitely live to spread the ball enough around to where he's the Rams piece you need. Who's the next Dolphins coach? Maybe you already talked about that. I have not, because I just don't trust the Dolphins to do the right thing ever. And I don't think Harbaugh's going to want to coach the Dolphins. So I don't know. I just assume it's going to be some up-and-coming coordinator that's ultimately going to disappoint us and then leave and go somewhere else and be good. Hey, Raylish, Denver seems like the hardest team to play in this format. Raylish, the hero of the Bass yesterday, coming in from Brazil. Appreciate you coming by. It is tough. It's tough to play the bye week teams, but Denver particularly, because like these teams come preloaded with JSN, and so the Seahawks are a little easier. Again, if you're like maxing the contest, then obviously you're going to get a little different with your Seattle stuff. Someone like me who's only doing a handful of entries, I'm just going to put JSN in each time. But yeah, I agree. Denver is really tough. Look who's not scared of the FFPC. Yeah, I figured I'd try it. Great to see. Never responded. I'm terrible with Twitter DMs, so I apologize, but I will go back and look. BR draft time. Oh man. I'll probably just do a couple mittens here after this. Etienne Cook should be I think they're the two most popular pieces on those teams. I don't think it's going to be contrarian. And it's the triple condom play. No one wants to decide that game is so good. People see that as the Super Bowl play-in game for a lot of people in the AFC side. And nobody wants to lose their quarterback. So I think Cook Etienne is going to be like really, really chalky, but I hope it's contrarian. But I think it's going to be what you do if you don't have Etienne or Allen in there for a lot of people. McVay loves 3 tight ends. Yeah, no, I agree. I like it too. Good luck, everyone. Agree with you. I agree with you, Blitzology. The Dolphins hire John Eric Sullivan as GM, and he brings Hafley with him. You'll be in the AFC Championship. Oh, there you go, Joel. Hey, from your lips to the fantasy or the real football god's ears, man. I would love to actually root for some laundry. Give Harbaugh the Billy B autonomy, very green GM. He can boss around. Tennessee, Miami, the only teams without state. That's the only thing. You would think with no state income tax, the Dolphins could be good, but alas. The Heat can do it. Why can't the Finns? It's all good, brother. Happy to see you in the playoff challenge. Yeah, this is fun. We'll see if even if it doesn't go well, I'll probably do more next year. Who am I kidding? Updating a couple of my chalky teams. I'm kind of feeling like updating this one slightly. This is really uncomfortably chalky. Beastburf, I have taken some Vidal in BRs at this point. I think he's I don't know, man. The Hampton stuff is getting uncomfortable. Full fade Jags, I won't. I have the wrong. Thank you. I am not full fading the Jags. I would maybe if I had a Josh Allen team. I think that could be fine. The only thing is I think there's a world where a Jags scores well enough in a loss to where it's kind of like CMCE, like an ETN or a Parker. Again, you're taking 4 players you know are losing. So I don't hate that. Oh man, playoff survivor team. I don't. Maybe I can't. Yeah, there's the team. Yeah, this is too chalky. It's too chalky. That's why I could switch Stroud and Bears D. Maybe we go from, I was gonna say AJ Brown to Devonta Smith. I don't know if that does enough. I mean, we could just go from Puka to Devontae Adams, but then we're probably like 1v1 against like every lineup in the universe. Yeah, Devonta from AJ Brown, Kittle from CMC. I'm not brave enough to get to Kittle. Smith would do it, says Killian. Mitten 3 over. I don't think it's going to overlay game tight. I really don't. I just don't think it's going to overlay. All right, give me a second. Let me think what I want to do. All right, let's turn you to Devontae Adams. And okay. I think that's fine. In one game, Kittle more than live to be. Yeah, people forget it's tight end premium. If I put Kittle in, then what am I doing? Yeah, I agree there. I think Puka. I think if they play more than 1 or 2 games, I think Puka is gonna get there. I think in a single game, it could be more coin flippy because you could get touchdown variants, but I think Puka's like it's gonna get smoothed out to where you want Puka. And so now my question is what teams am I missing? Carolina. I don't have a Bear. I don't have a Texan. I mean, I thought about full fading Chicago and taking. You know what? All right. Let's do it. Full fade Chicago. They lose. That game's going to be played in the snow. It's going to be freezing. Schultz too. Yeah, I like Schultz there. I mean, originally I had Schultz as my tight end instead of Houston's defense, which I think is fine. Nice. All right, let's do it. Let's do this. Bad Chicago. You just change the winner. Always go with your first. Go easy cards. It's so chalky. If that team wins, I'm going to be splitting it with like 15 of my best friends. He changed the winner from the 15-way dupe. That said, if it is the winner and it's a 15-way dupe, I'd rather have that than this team that's going to finish like T3011th. But I don't know. I think it was really, really chalky to the point where I did not see the full Boomer Opto, but it's probably really darn close to whatever they came up with. Great Chicago. Great Chicago accent. Well, better than taking 100th. So there you go. If people want the Chad version of the Boomer Opto, there it was. There it was. And this is what we're gonna roll out: Drake May, Cook, and Etienne facing each other. Puka, Watson, AJ Brown, JSN, Cortland Sutton, Tet McMillan, George Kittle, and then Boswell into Houston D. Our two hard fades are the Chargers and the Bears. We simply say Green Bay wins. Process over. Yeah, exactly. Imagine duping with 15 teams. It means your process was broken. Yeah, you have all that money, but for what? For what? So you can dupe more teams? Couldn't be me. All right, let's head back over to the VR streets. I'll run a few more mittens and then probably get out of here for the weekend. But appreciate all of you. It's been a ton of fun. You can drop a like, drop a sub. We're an hour, 7 minutes in. Switching things up. But yeah, that was... I do like those contests. Definitely get in some more of those next year. 1-0. All right. We got B-Spurf in here, and then I don't think I recognize anyone. Boomer Opto will rise to the top boomers. You know, I mean, it's going to project the best, the Boomer Opto, or at least darn close to it. But again, I think you do have to lean into the fact that you're picking those 4 losing teams and just realize it. Like, I don't know. Always ignore your gut feeling. Depends on the person. Some people's gut feelings lead them to like everything great in life, and other people's gut feelings lead them to ruin. So I think your results may vary. As for me, I don't know. Somewhere in the middle, I guess. All right, what do we want to do? Let's not do another JSN team. Y'all saw 2 versions of that, and neither one were great. That said, man, I'm tired of clicking CMC. I'm tired of clicking CMC because at this point, I really just think they're going to straight up lose. So we'll see what Game Tight does. I'll probably take Saquon with my next pick. If he takes Saquon, then we can decide what to do. I ignored my gut feeling in KC, and it cost me a lot of money. I don't know what your gut feeling was. But next time next year you can't ignore it if that's the case. I listened to mine, which was one Allen team at all costs. And then at the end of my 3 drafts, I thought my Allen team was the worst, and it was the one that was very live at the end. So I sometimes those gut feelings do get you there. We got Saquon at the 3. We'll keep the board up so people can see what's going on. Devontae at the 5 is a little early. Oh, gut was to draft Sanders Fannin, but went with Chuck Juwan. Well, if you want to hear my tale of woe, Go AZ Cards is in one of my 2 caching lineups. I ended up with Juwan Johnson, who was like way past ADP, and the next tight end on my board was Fannin. So the gift of the faller was actually a curse, because if I had Fannin on that team, I would have finished 3rd, I think. So that was kind of a bummer instead of 12th. So yeah, I hear you. I liked Fannin. I didn't end up getting to him because I mean, to be fair, I really liked Juwan Johnson. I thought he was a smash, and that was wrong. But you know, I was very excited to get Juwan, and then it did not pan out because he was there in round 6. I went in and said to do a stack with the team playing Tennessee, Cleveland. I hear that. All right, the machine wants Drake May. The machine always wants Drake May, so you do have to take that with a grain of salt. That said, I don't mind that opposite Saquon. AJ Brown could always come around. Some rooms do give you Drake May plus the Philly stuff. Depends on the room, so we'll see. Usually part of the reason is it depends on what's going on with the Puka drafter, because they're probably going to take Stafford. In this case, they don't have access to Adams or Kyron, so they're assuming they take Stafford, they have to take someone else. A little bit of a wild card. The Seattle drafter, it also depends. Are they committed to the AFC stuff or not? So Beastburf snaps off Brown and Hurts. So that can happen too. That can happen too. So there we go. We'll just take Steph Diggs here. So we got May, Saquon, and Diggs, which is not the best spot to be in because there's variants of this that have Saquon, May, and then like Brown, and then get Diggs at 22. So I'm not super enamored with where I am in this draft. We're gonna have to get a little different, just kind of knowing what other people have. There's a really good chance that that's the better version of that. So maybe we just look at Saquon as an advanced rate piece, move to some different stuff on the NFC side of the ball. I will say Go AZ Cards. Clicking Shadur Sanders would have been very brave. would have taken a lot of courage to get there. Let's just grab Ramondre. I do have somebody who appears at least somewhat Patriot curious. And now at least I have three New England pieces from which to build something on the other side. Game tight here. So the 2-hole, let's see how he does. He is trying to do Seattle and Denver. Does he get more luck than I did? Good luck. Game tight. Go AZ Cards. Who will this year's playoff MVP be? Last year, Daniel, so not necessarily Super Bowl. Boy, I don't know. Playoff MVP. I have the Jags on a magical run. So I'm going to say T-Law. I think this is the T-Law breakout playoffs, which could sound really dumb when I pull an anti-Liam and the Bills smoke them. So this is obviously easier to pick someone on the Rams, who are, pretty good shape to escape their initial pod. Boy. Once Jacobs went, the NFC stuff gets grim. So I think I'm actually going to take Swift ahead of Henry here. There's enough late New England receivers where I could pivot to that if Henry doesn't come back. But I Let me just grab that and then see what comes back to us. Saying that to the Hawk Tua drafter. That was certainly a choice, I have to say. That was certainly a choice. That was not something that I ever considered going. Josta 29, AZ Cards was full of liquid courage. Yes. He was not afraid. Go AZ Cards was filled with 10K and was going to have a blast. So who... I think everybody won there. Everybody won. But yeah, I would say you don't want to ignore your instincts and those things where you only get one bite at the apple, because then you'll just feel like, oh, I wish I had listened to myself more than if you listen to yourself and you're wrong. I feel like, the third team I went that didn't cash was a Baker double with Bucky and Godwin, and I wanted that. I thought that was like gonna be a good game against the Saints. And halfway through the first quarter, Bucky had a receiving touchdown, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna win the dog bowl. And then that team finished 56th. But it was one of those where that was a team I had targeted building if I was on the right side of the board, and it was wrong. All right, so Hunter Henry may make it to us, assuming Davis 77 doesn't grab him. We'll see. He takes T-Law. The machine wants Henry. He's up near the top of ADP. This gives us a fourth Patriot. So now we have two theoretical Super Bowls. Pats, Eagles, Pats, Bears. I think that's kind of fun. Nice way to start. Luther Burden going is unfortunate. I think that's who I would have taken. But I can't begrudge the Knicks Seattle drafter for trying to get advance rate pieces who are going to score points week one. So you just have to know this drafter is live to literally take anybody with a pulse, and you can't begrudge them when they start taking your players. All right, let's see what B-Spurf does. He's now taken Woody Marks, which makes sense. He was a little behind in running back with only Jacobs. Game Tight takes Caleb. I kind of more interested in Charbonnet than Booty here. Booty might make it back. I really have most of New England. I like Charbonnet in round 2. Round 2 is the hardest round to get out of, or one of the hardest, being that it's only 1 of 10. I think Charbonnet is kind of a fun piece, being that we had nobody on bye with our first 6 picks. Opens up a little mini out for some Super Bowl stuff, playing it through Seattle against New England. All right. This Davis drafter, very coherent plan. They only have Niners and Jags there. I'm certain I have a few teams that look like this. This K. Lofka guy takes Troy Franklin, pairs with Sutton. They missed out on Knicks. So it does seem like they're doing Rams and Broncos. They may be looking to add an advance rate piece, so we could lose Booty here. Hopefully not, but we'll see. Hopefully they decide they need a running back. Oh, so they take Ladd. Okay, similar concept there as to just taking a one-off advance rate piece. I think we just snap up Booty. Makes the most sense to me. Now we are up to 5 Pats. And now it looks like the team wants us to just be taking some more advanced ratey stuff ourselves, recommending DK Metcalf. Which I guess does make sense. We have only Patriot receivers at this point, which does feel just a touch thin. I might IKB it and take Tet over Metcalf, but I don't know. I do have some concerns in Metcalf week 1. I like him more if they do beat Houston. I could see Metcalf struggling against the Texans, but having more luck in subsequent rounds. The issue is Tet has almost no round 2 equity, whereas Metcalf, I mean, frankly, I think they're going to win. So let's let the machine have this one. We'll take DK Metcalf. I'm curious if it's going to recommend like a Shaheed. I think that'd be fun. No, it does not. It recommends Odunze, which I also like. It gives us 2 Bears pieces, so a little bit more of a coherent Super Bowl if that's what happens. The Caleb drafters to my left. Oh, they took Shaheed. Okay, so there you go. So they were able to construct a Denver-Seattle Super Bowl over there. We see Beastburf taking Vidal. Again, I'm warming up to the Vidal stuff. I also appear to be losing my voice. Not great. Not great, but at least this is the last stream before the weekend. So I can afford to go all out here. But yeah, we've completely abandoned the Eagles stuff. I don't think it makes sense to add any late Eagle pieces who are very unlikely to help you in virtually any circumstance. We'll see if we get Odunze. I think Loveland. Let me see who's left. Yeah, Loveland went. I've never seen anyone take Komet or Zacchaeus, even in Bears things. If Odunze goes, the machine wants Pat Bryant. A little curious there. It must really like Pat Bryant's stuff in round 2. But let's hope Davis 77 doesn't take Odunze. He takes Odunze. I'm going to IKB it and grab Tet. I don't love my week 1 wide receiver firepower. I'm afraid I don't have enough. So I'll take Tet here. And that will be that. A mini IKBing. Nothing crazy. This team ends up being Drake May, Saquon, Ramondre, Swift, and Sharps. And then Diggs, Henry, Booty, and Metcalf, and Tet. Go collect. GM to you. Hope you're having a great morning. Appreciate you so much. Thanks for hanging out. Snap that booty, says Cap. Copy, paste, delayed. We sure did. We sure did. All right, let me hop in another one. We'll see. This may or may not be the last one. I don't know how many likes we had. You guys know, I'm like, oh, if we do, if we get more likes, I'll do another. And then I do another one anyway. But if you can, like the stream, it helps a lot. We're trying to get to 500 subs. We are currently at 411, which is absolutely awesome. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for hanging out. Excited to keep doing Bestball. We are probably 2 weeks from the big board, 3 weeks from the big board. It opens conference championship week last year. So based on that, we will be doing dailies. Last year, I won the divisional round BR, so we will be defending our title. I don't normally 150 max the BR, but maybe I'll do it. Also because there's no playoff best ball, so who the heck knows? I know the Mitten returns will be there, but we'll try to defend the crown at least for one more week. Hey Eggers, sup chat? Hey GM to you Eggers. Hope you're having a great morning. Appreciate you so much. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Greg, early 2026 QB rankings are silly. Are you saying because we're pushing QBs up too much, or you disagree with the order of the quarterbacks? I'm curious. Greg says, no Shuck in the top 20. I'm going to have too much. Yeah, I don't know if I just am going to rip 20 QBs off the dome, but I'd have to think that Chuck would be in the top 20. He was really good for fantasy and not bad in real life. I would end up with a lot of him if that's where he's going. To me, I think it's going to be interesting trying to identify those quarterbacks that have bench risk going into the year, because we were not good at that last year. Like, I thought Tua had zero bench risk. I thought Kyler had zero bench risk. I knew Fields had some bench risk, which I underestimated to some degree. But I really did not see them moving on from Tua midseason. We get Allen Cook. Which is great. I like the Allen Cook stuff. Just early Yahoo and ESPN stuff. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know what the average like home leaguer thinks of Tyler Shuck. But I feel like if they have him not in the top 20, then I'm probably going to end up like not taking a quarterback till like the end of my drafts. Because I would just be like, okay, if I can get a Tyler Shuck for free, I'm going to do that a lot. Let Alan cook. There we go. There we go. Go collect. We got this. This start used to be very hard to get. You see it somewhat commonly now in the Mitten 3. The machine is really, I mean, it's interesting. It's pushing Travion to the top. I'm just shocked after Alan Cook, it still wants us to take Patriots. Do you do any rookie analysis, or do you rely on someone else, parentheses Davis? Yes, I rely exclusively on others. Davis is one. I would say Fanspeak Network. Steve at Fanspeak is phenomenal. If y'all don't follow Fanspeak, you should. Steve knows a ton of ball, does great rookie analysis. Also, late round QB, I get their draft guide. Kitchen and Co. do a phenomenal job. JJ, knows a ton of ball. That guide is absolutely worth a purchase and a read. And then the regular Deposit Kingdom stuff. But no, I'm not. You're not going to see me breaking down film. I'm going to form my own opinions, but that's I leave that to the true ball knowers, and then we'll work more on the game theory and trying to predict who's going to move up and down the boards. I think that's a little more my skill set than breaking down film. You guys don't want me attempting that. And you get Kellen Moore. It's like a whole extra game of attempts by the end of. And I missed this. Are you talking about the Dolphins? It wants Travion. Sorry, I'm a little hung up on the machine wanting Travion. All right, we'll do it. All right, machine. It is a little weird to have Travion at 18. And then I imagine it's just going to say take Shakir. All right. But we got Alan Cook, Travion, and Shakir. I mean, this feels very live to get out of round 1. So I like that. Bills, Pats, AFC Championship. Yeah, for sure. In the conference championship. I'm just a little leery of what's going to happen on the NFC side of the ball. Or is it going to be just like take 5 Bills and a smattering of other guys? I found it difficult to draft out Allen, Cook, Shakir, and Kincaid teams. By the time you get those 4, the good go collect. That is exactly what I'm talking about. I end up just with a lot of Bears teams. The Bears are super live to just be going home, like with a quickness. You have completely missed all of the Rams, who we all like. I'm sympathetic to taking like Sharbs and some of the Seattle. I don't want to say scraps because I think that's a little unfair, but the lesser wanted Seattle pieces, I kind of like that because you're not going to get very many Allen JSN teams. That's like really hard to get. Not impossible, but I don't know. In between that and Podluck, like I'm not like worried about the Allen JSN super teams existing. So I don't know. Lamar Jackson to the Dolphins, but I don't think he's going anywhere. I think Harbaugh was the main issue there. Let's see what the machine wants us to do. It wants Kincaid, which I don't blame it. Getting to a 4th Bill would not be bad at all. All right, so Goddard goes. I'm going to take Kincaid here, and then I think I'm going to IKB it and take Sharbs. If I don't know what the machine's going to tell me to do. Yeah, it has Sharbs pretty high. I see what it's doing. It either wants Bears or Packers. But let me grab this. I kind of like this. Because now if I add a late Shaheed or something like that, then, I could absolutely see a world where Shaheed and Charbonnet are the 2 Seattle pieces in a Buffalo Super Bowl. So I like that. That tells a story I actually, can believe in. Eric Bimeford does good analysis too, blends the draft in the hand. Yeah. I mean, it's hard for me to name everyone, but I did want to give a few shouts to people. But yeah, absolutely. Eric Bime for sure. Yeah, I absolutely want to see the Chad Cantles. Gonna be like, wow, that guy looks fast. Oh, he looks fast too. Oh, he ran that guy over. I mean, to be fair, it worked with Scatabo. I saw Scatabo run over multiple used car salesmen and distribution managers in real life, and I was sold. It worked though. It's Packers time. No, we're fighting the machine. Yeah, you end up in Green Bay and Seattle. Plenty of drafts that end in Green Bay, especially when Jacobs was even cheaper. That's why you draft 5 from a team. Everyone experiences the same fall off, so being able to field a Super Bowl team has value. Yep, I agree with that. I agree there. Blake Corum goes, I probably would have taken Corum at a certain point. All right, the machine. The machine is asking for Bears. Let's see. I think these two guys only have one running back each, CMC and Saquon. We might get Burden and Odunze here. It might actually happen. Let's see. Because I can push the Seattle stuff to the end. I'm not super worried about it. The JSN drafter. Oh, they do have Walker. So, I mean, they are live to, they're going to get 2 picks after me. One of those could definitely be like Shaheed. I just don't know if I really want to commit to it that badly. Let's do Burden and then see what the machine wants us to do. Or does it want us to take Caleb all of a sudden? No, it still doesn't want Caleb. All right, let's listen. Let's listen and grab Odunze here. And now it wants Caleb. Okay. Which makes sense. So let's see. Hopefully I'll just telegraph it. I'm hoping to get Shaheed with one of my next picks. But we'll see what the room gives to us. The Swift Drafter. Where is the Swift Drafter? Over here. The Swift Drafter is pretty live to take Caleb because they also added Loveland. And it looks like they're probably going to do Rams, Jags, and Bears, Jags. They're probably kind of annoyed we took Odunze. I think I'm wondering maybe they were counting on Odunze and Caleb for that, but we'll see. So I'm not going to count on Caleb coming back, but if he does, I'd probably do that. Yeah, the injury stuff is where it's wonky, and I feel like the market is very good at pricing like skill, it's better at pricing skill than injury risk. I feel like the market sucks at injury risk pricing. Like Ayuk was going way high all year. Mixon, we believed he had a precautionary walking boot, and we're taking him in the 60s with like real American dollars. We're very bad at that. We're a lot more efficient when it comes to like, grinding opportunity, and we're not perfect, obviously, but I do think we're like particularly bad at the injury scouting. So all that is to say, I do want to know more about his recovery, what that timeline looks like. I've read things that he's going to be ready for camp. Then you have other people that are like, he might not be ready for week 1. I just don't know. What I'm not afraid of is like Tyrone Tracy. To me, Scatabo's ideal situation is not one where he has, 80% of the backfield. I feel like he's better if you keep him a little fresh, but if you give him the goal line work and you are willing to throw him the ball, then I'm perfectly happy with, 14 to 16 touches versus 22. As long as he has the goal line roll on lock, and as long as they, manufacture some passing game stuff, I will be thrilled. All right, so did we get Shaheed did come back. I think I'm going to take that. I think I'm going to grab that. And now what does the machine want? Does it still want Metcalf? It wants Metcalf or Tet. I'm fine with listening on Metcalf here. All right. So this team is Allen, Cook, Travion, Sharbs, Shakir, Kincaid, Burden, Odunze, Shaheed, Metcalf. I like this team. We've got 4 Bills, and then we got 2 Bears, we got 2 Seahawks, and then we've got Travion and DK Metcalf to try to get us home. I think this is kind of a fun team. All right, let's see. Real quick. What are we at? All right, Davis is going live at 10:30. So I am going to probably call it before that. We're at 31 likes. I would love to get to 35, but so if you haven't liked or subbed, please do that. I'll hop in another Mitten 3. See what we can do. Waiting for 4 if you want to get on in. I don't know that we have time for 2 before 10:30, but we'll see. It's 10:08. We're at 1:35. Oh, Mitten 5. But really appreciate all of you. It's been so fun. Again, next week we'll be streaming some of the daily games. We'll see how much interest there is in the Mitten returns. I don't know what's going to be open on Monday, frankly, to draft, because I don't know what they're going to do, being that the Monday night game will be yet to play. Underdog isn't always, believe it or not, they don't necessarily cater exclusively to this program. So there's not always stuff happening Monday morning, but maybe we'll get some kind of playbook at the very least, if not the main BR. But hopefully we get something. But I could see them opening the Mitten returns early, and then people have to decide if they want to take the risk of Pats or Texans. I can't remember what they did last year from it. The Giants as a whole will be interesting ADPs. I don't know where to expect Neighbors. Yeah, that's another thing. You know what? Let's get redemption. Let's do. No, let's not be cowards. All right, we'll make a CMC team. We'll just take CMC here. We'll switch it up for the people. Yeah, the fact that Neighbors is still on crutches is terrifying. I don't like that. That is deeply troubling. He should be moving around. So I don't know what the deal is there, but this is how like really bad things start. Like unexpected delay, guy is using a mobility aid that we thought wasn't. I don't know. I don't like it. And I'll be fading ambiguous injury report. Yeah, for sure. I'm holding out for the little Mitten 3. Make a call for us. I'm afraid I don't have that kind of clout. Davis is on at 10:30. He definitely has a little more pull with the cabal. I have none. Fading meaning not drafting hope. Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, you're going for, you have a guy who like would have been a first round pick. So I don't think he's like completely off the board. Like there is a price, but as we saw with like Mixon last year, like the correct answer was like, don't take this guy. All right, let's grab Kittle. Let's just stay in our Niner lane, at least initially. Again, I don't think like the alarm bells are like, this guy's not going to play this year, but I don't know. I'm getting nervous. You could pick a different sport to. Nobody wants to see me drafting dingers or whatnot. All right, we're not taking Brock Purdy here, machine. We'll take RJ Harvey though. All right, we'll take RJ. I mean, if somebody takes Purdy, I mean, good God, that's some serious run bad. I don't think that makes any sense. So few 1,000-yard wide receiver seasons after an ACL tear. That said, I can't see letting Neighbors get past me in the second. Is that crazy? No, it's not crazy. It's not crazy. I mean, ACL is now frequently like a 9-month injury. I mean, it used to be like back in the day, it was career ending. Then it was like a year, but you weren't quite right. Now we see guys like I mean, Steph Diggs did his ACL last year. And he's come back pretty good. I mean, they're managing his work. Neighbors is younger, so you would expect the recovery to go better. I don't know, though. I think I'd get a good chuckle out of watching draft dingers. I might, maybe if I did a late night show, Jasta. Chad Candles After Dark, and me trying to draft a team I have no idea. I draft like 1 or 2 hoops teams most nights, and I think that would be funny because I legitimately don't know NBA at all, so I just draft just because it's fun. But yeah, I think people would get a kick out of me like clicking through box scores and being like, oh, this guy scores points. Let's take him. All right, I'm gonna take Jennings first. If this guy takes Purdy, so be it. I'm not taking Jacobs. You can't make me turn this into a Packer team machine. I'm not doing it. This is a Niner team. If the Niners lose, this team is worth $0. There are a few other examples like Diggs, but many more lack the explosiveness for the first year back. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not without risk, for sure. And for some reason, a lot of mocks have them taking a wide receiver, which I don't agree with. I don't know why, unless it's like a catastrophic injury, which we have not heard that. I feel like between Wandale, who they seem to like, Slayton, who did they give Slayton like a decent enough contract? Like, I don't think wide receiver is their biggest problem. I don't really know why they would take like a receiver in the first round. Just, I would be interested in your spreadsheet. I would, because I would like to do. I love baseball. I just don't have the time now like I used to. Like, I used to do a lot of fantasy baseball like 10 years ago, and I can't do it now. I just don't have the time. But yeah, baseball, best ball, I'd definitely be down. That's how some people draft this contest, box score checking. Yeah. I'm telling you, that's me in the hoop streets. All right, let's take Cortland Sutton. Ricky Pearsall is a little scary because he's injured. I don't know how much they're dinging Pearsall for the injury, because I don't think he's going to play in round 1. I don't know. But then I'm like, well, what else do I do here? What else do I do here? It wants Caleb, it wants Christian Watson. We're going to ignore the machine. Parker Washington's still here, which is a little surprising. You know what? Let's grab Parker Washington with respect to the poor T-Law drafter. I kind of like that opposite some of the Niners stuff. Let's take Parker Washington. I do need more running back firepower. We're pretty light with only CMC here. PGA Scramble to Chase Overlay. I did that last year and I lost my shirt. I used the same ranks that Mayo gave out that the contest winner won, and I got like 8% Scheffler. Like, I just ran super cold with 1.1s and I lost money using the exact same ranks. So I'm a little jilted from my scramble and albatross chasing. 3-year for Slayton. He will be here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Hey, CB4354 just found this channel. Well, first of all, thanks for coming in. Am I tripping, or does this guy look like shit? I am the poor version of Sam Sherman. I am Sam Sherman minus $2,005,000, but I appreciate that. You do golf majors, best ball. I do poorly. I do love golf. I do love fantasy golf. I'm actually really bummed out that they canceled the Century this year, because I love the Hawaii swing. Seeing like ambient birds and palm trees in the dead of winter, but having like, you know, it makes me happy. I really like the winter golf swing in Hawaii, but we only get the Sony this year, unfortunately. All right, so we took Parker Washington. I'm going to ignore Pearsall and just take Metcalf here. I'm going to grab Metcalf, and then I have one other. Yeah, I was going to say we're going to try to take Gainwell next. You know who I forgot existed as a last round peach? Coker, especially on DK. I don't mind the Coker stuff. In fact, that partly is one of the things I don't love about Tet is like, it could just be Coker, but nobody's ever taking him. We're all taking Tet. But yeah, I think Coker's fine. I think Coker is more than okay. And in the DK streets, I think that's more than reasonable. Dolphins reportedly hiring John Eric Sullivan. You're halfway there. Do we like this? Can we get some coaching carousel knowers? Are we happy with John Eric Sullivan? I always get a little worried when we see the three names. That's what they do with Assassins. Yeah, gosh darn it, Gainwell went. Speaking of Assassins, my team just got done in there. Not great. What about this emergency pick here? Let's take Byshell Tootin. We do have a couple of Jags. It's a little squirrely, but let's grab that. At this point, we're just taking some advanced rate stuff. Call him Sully for short. A Green Bay pro. Oh no, that's what happened with Philbin. And then it turned out he wasn't even calling the plays. I'm getting worried. You're closer to Sam Sherman than most in winning. Pretty well short of Sam Sherman, but I do appreciate it. Yeah, we had a good year last year. We had a good year in the daily streets. Explain Sarad. I'm confused. I'm confused, Chris. I'm sorry. That's their general manager, though. Okay. There we go. I mean, I'll take anything after Greer. I would literally rather crowdsource the GM decisions to, like, the chat. Oh, Assassin with only 2 names. Yeah, but he has the same name twice, which I think gives you a pass. I think then... I think that's notable. That's notable enough. First time GM, does this bode well for Harbaugh? Oh, so somebody that needs like a puppet GM. Could be. Could be. That's my copium and I'm sticking to it. I mean, all right, what are we doing with our last pick? It still wants Warren. I think I'm okay with that. I think this Warren thing is only actually an illness. I'm assuming we're going to get good news today. So we got Purdy, CMC, Harvey, Tootin, Warren, Kittle, Jennings, Sutton, Parker, Washington, DK, Metcalf. I don't mind this. We got 4 Niners, and then we got two Broncos, we got 2 Jags, we got 2 Steelers. This feels like something I would have built a lot more last year, this kind of 4-2-2-2 build. I think in this case, though, I don't mind it. I'm very concerned about Pearsall's just health. So it's tempting to just take the 5th Niner, and then you could get any Super Bowl. But I like the pieces. I like Warren and Metcalf. I like Washington and Tootin. I think that's kind of fun. All right, it's 10:20. I don't know. I don't think I have time for one more, right? We started that one at 08. All right, maybe if we go super fast. If you're in this, draft fast. Last one, then we're going to get out of here. Waiting for 3. Waiting for 1. Let's do it. All right, 148.30. Mitten 6. Last Mitten draft on stream of the year. Don't think we got any of you in here, and I feel like Puff McGuff is going to draft slow, so we could be doomed, but we will do our best. One more, trust. Bang. We're going to draft fast. Although the 1-minute countdown is pretty killer. You should all be able, there should be a ready button. If everyone clicks ready, the draft starts. Underdog. Please build this feature for the sweatiest of the sweaty drafters. Hafley's going to be an incredible head coach if comes with. Joel says, Packers VP of player personnel, been there since 03, been a very good GM. Oh my gosh, I would be very happy if we actually got a good, competent general manager. Why would you leave, though? Why would you leave Green Bay? What's wrong? Is he fleeing? That's my concern. That is a much better run organization than the Miami footballing Dolphins. All right, Kane Marco clicked in 3 seconds. That's a good start. I've never seen. Oh, Drafters has a ready button. I have not played on Drafters. Oh, long Som. You're taking too long. 15 seconds to take CMC is unacceptable. No, just wants to actually spend money as GM. Gotcha. That is true. Copy paste lane. That is true. We do have Miami does have that. Miami does have that edge over Green Bay. That and no state income tax. Instead of having to put it for a vote for the whole damn state. Yeah, everybody owns a piece of them. All right, we got Allen. The machine's going to want Drake May. Do we listen to the machine for this last draft? Allen May. The machine wants Allen May. All right, you know what, machine? We're all going to watch. How are you going to wiggle out of this one? Allen, Drake May. That's what the machine wanted. We don't have time to think. We got 7 minutes. But also, it's been awesome. Don't forget to like and sub and leave a comment, because I may leave in a tizzy as we wind down here. He's second in command to Gutekunst. He's getting his own gig. All right. There we go. Turn off the machine and sell. The machine's taken over. You can hear that if you listen closely. We're going to replace the night driving with the Terminator 2, the theme song. But I don't want to get a copyright strike for my non-monetized channel. Come on, Can Marco. You were doing so good. You're killing me. You're killing me here, Chief. 15 seconds to take Kyron Williams is too long. Are you just like getting your friends around the computer? And you take Jacoby Myers and not Kyron? Why? Why would you get Puka Stafford and then pass on Kyron? What a maniac. Call IT. The machine is broken. The machine knows all. The Sims have accounted for it. Allen May, new meta, double elite quarterback. Let's go. Come on, PT Labs. Sir, please. This is horrible. I have it's me and 5 slugs drafting. It's like a family of cartoon slugs. Oh yeah, I love you, New York Jets. All right. He takes Kyron. We'll take Steph Diggs. Look at that. Conference championship week. Wow, lunch from Mondre. Dear God. I don't love that. Is my RB1. All right, Devontae Smith goes. I might actually take Jacobs here over IKB it. I think we'll IKB to Jacobs, assuming Puff McGuff. He takes Ken Walker. Fine, we're taking Jacobs. We might get Ramondre anyway. Machine. Oh my God. All right, the machine actually has not told me what to do, but we're going to go rogue. We're going to take Jacobs. Okay. All right. We got Jacobs. In the ideal world, we'll get Ramondre. It'll be right past ADP. Adrian Robles likes it. Yeah, we're doing our best. RJ Harvey goes to the Eagles and Jag Sky. Let's see what the guy who passed on. Gosh, people love Stafford T-Law. They can't get enough of it. They simply can't get enough. I'm curious. What is his ADP? Myers' ADP was 23. So this guy basically, he probably could have gotten T-Law Myers with Kyron. Instead he has T-Law Myers and Corum. That's just like the strictly worse version of what you just did. All right, if we don't get Ramondre, then our life is over. And we're going to have to start a new life somewhere else. All right, Khalil Shakir goes, which is a little unfortunate. I might have wanted that with Josh Allen. But now Josh Allen has sneakily just gotten... The sidekick just took Josh Allen and shoved him in a locker. He's like, you know what? You are Josh. You're what we call an advance rate piece. Because we're not going to take any more Bills. This is a Patriots team. Pat Kerrane has taken over this team and has said, this is a Pats team. I don't care that you took Josh Allen. Puff Puff Pass is a great name. Got to hand it to him. Yeah, to be fair, it is just Puff McDuff, but I'm calling him Puff Puff McDuff because that's how I read it first real fast in my head. Needs to pass. Indeed. Let's not hog things because everyone's picking Jags Rams Super Bowl. That's fair. I am too. It's literally my bracket. I'm like, how could this guy possibly do this thing that I am doing? All right, we'll take Christian Watson. We do theoretically have a Green Bay New England Super Bowl, so there we go. You say worse, he says leverage. It's so bad. You could also, I mean, you could probably get Corum with your next pick too. I'm telling you, this has to be, you're just vaporizing so much value in a team that could have been something good. And so you should listen to me though, because I took Allen in May 1 too. Listen to me about vaporizing value. Purple Yo saw the light. Houston going to the Super Bowl. I have Houston losing to Pittsburgh. So does Dawson not? No, stop, Greg. We don't need to do that. Oh, game tight. A C3PO impression. I do not. According to Buck, like I am essentially a C3PO impression. So, you know, there's that. You know, sort of like how Mahomes is just like permanently Kermit the Frog. It's kind of a similar circumstance here. All right, we got Allen, May, Jacobs, Ramondre, Diggs, and Watson here. The machine wants Reed, Reed and Dobbs. The machine wants Reed and Dobbs here. The other sneaky thing, and I will give the machine credit, is if I end up with 4 or 5 Packers, then it does have a Packers Green Bay Super Bowl where the only piece you need on Buffalo is Josh Allen, which is not the dumbest outcome. So something to consider. While we all laugh at the machine, it has thought of these things before. All right, do we want Jaden Reed or Dobbs? Let's take Reed. We'll listen. Kincaid is there, and it's like, no, don't even think about Kincaid here. We're taking Reed. We're taking Reed and Dobbs. You need that. All right, we'll take Dobbs. We'll take Dobbs, and we'll see how this plane lands. Yeah, Booty and Love would be a great way to end the team. I don't know if we're going to get it or not, but we'll see. We'll see. But again, appreciate all of you so much. I know Davis is live in a minute. I will be winding this down as soon as this draft concludes. But appreciate all of you for hanging out. I will be back on Monday. But in the interim, please leave a comment when the video's over. It helps so much. My wife did not like Buck, thought he was mean. Buck and I are friends. I am not it is not mean-spirited. So don't worry. Everyone was in on the bit. Appreciate the stream. Go, hey, Frogclone, appreciate you. Thanks so much. Coming in, hanging out. We might yet. Wait, I don't want Love. 3 quarterbacks. Stop it. No, we're not taking 3 quarterbacks. I wake up when the kiddo wakes up, which today was 5:30 a.m. It's between 5:30 and 6. Occasionally early. This will be a 5-man New England stack, and the machine will be saying your best EV is to just have 5 players in the AFC and no NFC pieces. It does do that from time to time. I can't believe it really wants me to take Love. I don't think I can do that. Oh, 3 quarterbacks. 3 quarterbacks. Let's do it. 3 quarterbacks. The new meta. All right, we listen to the machine. Josh Allen, Drake May, Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, Ramondre, Diggs, Watson, Reed, Dobbs, Kayshawn, Booty. We turned it all over to the machines. We'll see. I could see Houston as well, yet I never end up with Stroud. I just don't think they have him scoring enough points in the projections to get there. But everyone, thank you so much. This was awesome. I will see you all on Monday. Best of luck this weekend. Take care.